Hello, hello, hello. Umitencho has returned from Thanksgiving vacation. Well, I really worked. Yard work, had cooked some of the food, but other than that, it was Thanksgiving. Um, there's a tradition in my hometown where like this neighborhood, a suburb, like does like this extreme Christmas lighting, and we were going to go to it, but when we got down probably not even a minute to it, and we saw all the cars. He was like, we'll do it when I come back for Christmas." So, as you can see, I'm using more of the different types of pencils, just testing it out on these set of drawings, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. I think I'm getting more of a like cartoonish sort of manga type of look with this type of pencil. Not that is I'm mad about that. I'm not mad, but I am technically using manga panels as the reference. But I'm quite happy with how this week's bunch turned out. So I'm happy, really. I'm seeing a big difference. Sometimes it literally just is your materials. I gotta be careful about which ones I use because, as you can see, it's harder to erase and whatnot. And I decided not to for the skin. I decided not to shade it in, so that gets that. I think I'm doing it was Krillin, then it was Yamcha, Videl Puar, and Master Roshi. I think I'm doing Yamcha on this one, so that's the ones I'm doing. The garden. I know I didn't do a garden video this week. I know that was unusual. I usually do it every week, but I was just tired. After I got home, I just laid down. I was like, oh, it's Monday. I'm not gonna put out one because if I put out a Monday video, which I didn't with my social commentary, that's gonna mess up the that's really gonna mess up what you call it, the algorithm and whatnot. And you know, you know what you know. You know what you know. Oh, Endwalker is coming out. I probably won't touch it the next week though. Ironically, I was in the middle of a dungeon last night and my subscription ran out and I got literally kicked out in the middle of the dungeon. So that was awkward. I hope they thought I just got disconnected or something like that. It's an internet connection. I was like, what? Okay, this is rare. It's the first time I had this happen. I logged in, tried to log in. It's like, oh, no service on this account. I was like, oh, that's what happened. That's what happened. I got pretty far. I got to like 5.4. So when I jump back in, about 10 more missions maybe. If I go back and count 10, 11 more missions, and I can start Endwalker, which comes out tomorrow morning. Today is the last day for US servers for Shadowbringers being the in-game content. There we go. I'm not too upset. I'm just like, at the end of the day, it's just a game. So game with numbers, and plus they're from what I've been told, they're gonna make it easier to level from 70 to 80. And I only have 3 classes left, which would be Bard, Machinist, and Red Mage to get to 80. Everything else is 80. So I mean, they're gonna make it faster. I mean, and I'm just hearing, just jump into sorry if I'm pronouncing this incorrectly. Boyja, BOZ. Y'all that play it know what I'm talking about. It's like right now the best way to level your stuff to level 80, and then if they're going to lower the curve, because when Endwalker comes, the new max level is going to be 90. So it makes sense to not make that such a grind. Maybe they did that with each what do you call it, expansion. I don't know. I've never been this close story wise to an expansion. I'm not gonna be ready like the day of because I still gotta finish 5.4, then I gotta do 5.5 and 5.55 or whatever the technical patches are. This one is my art of the week for me. This one here, I'm really proud of how this one came out. I'm proud of all of them, but I really like how this one came out. So I'm really glad that I invested more into the pencils and whatnot. I'm happy with the paper I'm using. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I gotta get better papers. Like, no. But I'm glad I invested more into my my drawing pencils. Well, you know what I mean. Same difference. Like every time I hear drawing pencils, I think color pencils, and that's not what's happening. I have color pencils. I just feel like I just want to master the lines and shading and whatnot before I even touch color in terms of the drawings. I touch color obviously when it comes to the paintings. Obviously, I don't just use black and white, but that would be an interesting exercise. Just try to do something in black and white and gray paint and everything in between. I like how the Videl came out as well. Looking back, it was between, in my opinion, Master Roshi, Videl, and Puar. I was thinking Krillin, but I was like, I'm good on that. In terms of the art of the week, for those who go on the DeviantArt page, know what I'm talking about. So, what is left for next week? What's left on the list? Because I made a drawing schedule just so that I don't have to remember the mess a month later, and then I'm coming up with totally different characters to draw. So next week is going to be Diglett, Majin Satan. You can look that up from Dragon Ball Fusions. Doug Trio, Yeon Song Choi, and a jest from Returner's Magic should be special or something like that. And then after that, which should be the second week of December. I mean, it's technically the first week, but 2.5. I should be finishing up in the last of my Majin Buu drawings, at least for official media, unless something comes out or I discover new forms for me to draw. And that's when I will be drawing the Super Buu forms from Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2. So I have on the list Yamcha and Tien Absorbed, Vegeta, Frieza, and Cell. So the common denominator, Yamcha constantly gets absorbed by this character. Couldn't think of it if I go back and think about it. Well, anyway. And then this one is Puar. He reminded me of Nico Majin, which I don't know if I'm gonna draw him. I mean, not in the entire near future. I just drew so many Majin Buu forms. I'm just like, I'm ready for some variety. So that's why I went ahead. Well, not necessarily. I mean, I can flip the Buu and stuff, but this week, as you can see, is 5 characters. And next week is gonna be 5 characters. Since I only did 3 last time, just to make up for it, which I'm making up for it next week, I'm gonna try 5 characters. It does help that Diglett and the Trio are not going to be that overly complicated in terms of drawing, but then I keep thinking that, but then you draw Pokemon, so we'll see how we'll see how they turn out with using more pencils on the Pokemon stuff too. So I'm kind of excited for next week's video. I'm probably going to look up after this a chart of these type of pencils just to get an idea of what I'm dealing with when I see it. That way I'm not killing a drawing if I'm using the wrong type or whatever. This is Umitencho. I want to thank everybody for coming by today. You can see my social medias in the video description. Like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. This is Umitencho. See you later.